No damage.
How's everyone feeling? How are we doing? We are going to be watching Joe Biden's goodbye. Will be the Irish goodbye we've all been dreaming of. Will he even say anything? Will he even show up to his own goodbye? Will he say goodbye to all of us? Together as one. Will you remember the Biden? The Biden that was coming in hot. We were just told he had a speech impediment. We were told everything was fine. Big news coming out of the Democratic Party. You weren't allowed to make fun of his old age. You weren't allowed to say negative things about Joe Biden. You were only allowed to say positive things at all. But we will be watching Joe Biden together. And I'll be watching Joe Biden with you. And I'm excited to see what is going to happen tonight. Will he bring Kamala Harris from the back room and she bring out her cackle to announce she will be the Queen of America? Is the election process completely over forever? This will be the most Irish goodbye of all Irish goodbyes, and I accept it as an Irishman. You're allowed to do this. If you're Joe Biden, you better do it. Wes, what's up? Who's saying goodbye? Who's this Biden character to speak of? I don't know. I keep hearing about it. We're supposed to be waiting. 8 p.m. Eastern. Everybody's pumped up about this goodbye. How are we feeling about this goodbye? Will he finally let us know that he is not only mentally declining, but he did in fact have a stroke on the plane? Will he do that? Will he finally say the thing we've all been thinking about? Biden, you had a medical emergency. What was that medical emergency? Tell us now. We don't want to just think about it. We want to know for sure. Oh, did my keyboard just go out? God. I feel like my internet's good. My new router's out, so everything is good. I hope we get to hear Kamala's cackle on the loop for the next 8 years. Oh, we are. Don't worry. We're gonna get Kamala every single day. Too many people are cocky about this election, even though there's breaking news. And I will wait for Joe Biden to speak, and then we'll get into some of the clips I have from today. Some of the most insane news where Obama says something. Of course, everybody and their mom is live streaming this event because this is the event app. So I appreciate every single one of you guys for being here tonight. Remember, this is the stream that won't talk over Joe Biden. I will actually allow Joe Biden to speak. Oh. We're gonna miss you, Joe. We're gonna miss your stories. We're gonna miss what you brought to democracy. I don't even know what that word means anymore, and neither do you. But we just say these things. We say words like democracy. We say words, MAGA extremists. We say words that maybe don't even make sense. We make up our own words. Minnesota! You're a lying dog face pony soldier. I'm gonna miss that one myself. I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss everything you brought to us. I'm gonna miss seeing you fall upstairs, fall on a bicycle. I'm gonna miss you smelling children. I'm gonna miss you getting a little too close to other people's wives. I'm gonna miss you screaming in the mic, the idea. Oh, wait, is he live right now?
American presidents.
David Muir.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us, Americans.
Sacred space. I'm surrounded by portraits of extraordinary American presidents. Thomas Jefferson wrote the immortal words that guide this nation. George Washington, who showed us presidents are not kings. Abraham Lincoln, who implored us to reject malice. Franklin Roosevelt, who inspired us to reject fear. I revere this office, but I love my country more. It's been the honor of my life to serve as your president.
Yeah, I bet.
But in the defense of democracy, which is at stake, I think it's more important than any title. I draw strength and I find joy in working for the American people. But this sacred task of perfecting our union, it's not about me.
No.
It's about you,
It's about us.
your families, your futures.
Kitchen table.
It's about we, the people.
Yeah.
We can never forget that.
No.
And I never have.
Don't.
I've made it clear that I believe America is at an inflection point. One of those rare moments in history when the decisions we make now determine our fate of our nation and the world for decades to come. America's going to have to choose between moving forward or backward, between hope and hate, between unity and division. We have to decide, do we still believe in honesty, decency, respect, freedom, justice, and democracy? In this moment, we can see those we disagree with not as enemies, but as fellow Americans. Can we do that? Does character in public life still matter? I believe I know the answer to these questions.
Love that.
Because I know you, the American people. And I know this. We are a great nation because we are good people. When you elected me to this office, I promised to always level with you, to tell you the truth. And the truth, the sacred cause of this country is larger than any one of us. And those of us who cherish that cause, cherish it so much, a cause of American democracy itself, must unite to protect it. You know, in recent weeks, it's become clear to me that I need to unite my party in this critical endeavor.
Yeah.
I believe my record as president, my leadership in the world, my vision for America's future, all merited a second term. But nothing can come in the way of saving our democracy. That includes personal ambition. So I've decided the best way forward is to pass the torch to a new generation.
I'm gonna come.
It's the best way to unite our nation.
Yeah.
You know, there is a time and a place for long years of experience in public life. There's also a time and a place for new voices,
Yeah.
fresh voices.
Thank you.
Yes, younger voices.
Thank you.
And that time and place is now. Over the next 6 months, I'll be focused on doing my job as president.
Lame duck.
That means I'll continue to lower costs for hardworking families, grow our economy. I'll keep defending our personal freedoms and our civil rights, from the right to vote to the right to choose. I'll keep calling out hate and extremism. Make it clear there is no place in America
No,
for
not one.
political violence or any violence ever.
Oh,
Period.
this is definitely recording.
I'm going to keep speaking out
Ski.
to protect our kids from gun violence. Our planet from climate crisis is the existential threat. And I will keep fighting for my cancer moonshot so we can end cancer as we know it, because we can do it. I'm going to call for Supreme Court reform because this is critical to our democracy, Supreme Court reform. You know, I will keep working to ensure America remains strong, secure, and the leader of the free world. I'm the first president in this century
Has he blinked
to
once?
report to the American people that the United States is not at war anywhere in the world. We'll keep rallying a coalition of proud nations to stop Putin from taking over Ukraine and doing more damage. We'll keep NATO stronger, and I'll make it more powerful and more united than any time in all of our history. I'll keep doing the same for our allies in the Pacific. You know, when I came to office, the conventional wisdom was that China would inevitably surpass the United States. That's not the case anymore. And I'm going to keep working to end the war in Gaza, bring home all the hostages, and bring peace and security to the Middle East and end this war. We're also working around the clock to bring home Americans being unjustly detained all around the world. You know, we've come so far since my inauguration.
I'm gonna come.
On that day, I told you, as I stood in that winter, we stood in a winter of peril and a winter of possibilities. Peril and possibilities.
Can you talk any quieter?
We were in the grip of the worst pandemic in the century. The worst economic crisis since the Great Depression. The worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. But we came together as Americans. We got through it. We emerged stronger, more prosperous, and more secure. Today, we have the strongest economy in the world, creating nearly 16 million new jobs, a record. Wages are up. Inflation continues to come down.
Not true.
The racial wealth gap is the lowest it's been in 20 years. We're literally rebuilding our entire nation, urban, suburban, rural, and tribal communities. Manufacturing has come back to America. We're leading the world again in chips and science and innovation.
Wait, do you?
We finally beat Big Pharma after all these years.
What does that even
To lower
mean?
the cost of prescription drugs
We
for
beat
seniors.
Big Pharma.
And I'm going to keep fighting to make sure we lower the cost for everyone, not just seniors.
Yeah.
More people have health care today in America than ever before. And I signed one of the most significant laws helping millions of veterans and their families who are exposed to toxic materials. You know, most significant climate law ever in the history of the world. The first major gun safety law in 30 years. And today, the violent crime rate is at a 50-year low. We're also securing our border. Border
According
crossings
to
are lower
reports.
today than when the previous administration left office. I've kept my commitment to appoint the first black woman to the Supreme Court of the United States of America.
Wow.
I also kept my commitment to have an administration that looks like America and be a president for all Americans. That's what I've done. I ran for president 4 years ago because I believed and still do that the soul of America was at stake. The very nature of who we are was at stake. And that's still the case. America's an idea.
Oh.
An idea stronger than any army, bigger than any ocean, more powerful than any dictator or tyrant. It's the most powerful idea in the history of the world. That idea is that we hold these truths to be self-evident. We're all created equal, endowed by our Creator with certain inalienable rights: life, liberty, pursuit of happiness.
He's getting amped.
We've never fully lived up to it, to this sacred idea, but we've never walked away from it either. And I do not believe the American people will walk away from it now.
Wow.
In just a few months, the American people will choose the course of America's future.
Antifa's an idea.
I made my choice. I've made my views known. I would like to thank our great Vice President Kamala Harris.
How you doing, little mama? Let
She's
me whisper in your
experienced,
ear.
she's tough, she's capable. She's been an incredible partner to me and a leader for our country. Now the choice is up to you, the American people. You
know
make
the
that
thing.
choice. Remember the words of Benjamin Franklin hanging on my wall here in the Oval Office, alongside the busts of Dr. King and Rosa Parks and Cesar Chavez. When Ben Franklin was asked, as he emerged from the convention going on,
Okay.
whether the founders have given America a monarchy or republic, Franklin's response was, a republic, if you can keep it.
Your idea.
A republic, if you can keep it.
Uh-oh, he's going to get amped.
Whether we keep our republic is now in your hands. My fellow Americans, it's been the privilege of my life to serve this nation for over 50 years. Nowhere else on earth could a kid with a stutter from modest beginnings in Scranton, Pennsylvania, and Claremont, Delaware, one day sit behind the resolute desk in the Oval Office as President of the United States.
It's
Here I
pretty
am.
amazing.
That's what's so
TBH.
special about America. We're a nation of promise and possibilities,
Of
of dreamers and doers, of ordinary Americans doing extraordinary things. I've given my heart and my soul to our nation, like so many others. I've been blessed a million times in return.
They need to
The
smooth
love
out
and
the
support
mask
of the
on this
American
side.
people. I hope you have some idea how grateful I am to all of you.
Thank you.
Great thing about America is here, kings and dictators do not rule. The people do.
People do. This is
History is in your hands.
this speech.
Power is in your hands. The idea of America lies in your hands.
The idea of America.
You just have to keep faith. Keep the faith.
Keep
And
the
remember
faith.
who we are. We're the United States,
States
of
of
America.
America, for God's sakes.
And there's simply nothing beyond our capacity when we do it together. So let's act together.
Let's do it.
Preserve our democracy. God bless you all.
Is this
May
it?
God protect our troops. Thank you.
A moment in history tonight. President Biden in the Oval Office. You heard him say
13 minutes? 13 minutes? You gave us 13 minutes for bowing out, for saying goodbye out of nowhere, for being the. In my lifetime, I've never seen anything like this. Have you ever in your life seen this many historic things in a row? And we're just like moving on, like nothing happened. Like, I just the other week, somebody tried to kill Donald Trump. Like, we just had a president bow out when a week ago he said he's running 100,000% for sure. And now we have a vice president that has been installed as the front runner for the Democratic Party. That was it. No, hey, the reason I'm leaving, the reason I'm quitting is because of my health. The reason he's leaving is because he's putting America first. Does he want to leave? I mean, seriously, is that the speech of a guy that wants to leave? Did he give us any reason of why he would leave besides he's putting America first? What did we just watch? That was the definition of an Irish goodbye. I'm not going to give you any information. I'm not going to say anything to you. I'm just going to walk away. And you're going to deal with it. You're just going to deal with it. What is happening? God, you just left, bro. There is a little bump right there. I know what you're saying. What is that? What is that bump? You're glad it's over? I mean, I'm kind of glad it's over too. I would think, but as somebody that is always curious and is always asking why and who and how come and all that kind of stuff, I want some kind of answer. I want some kind of thoughts. I want some kind of reason why you're leaving. And now we're just going to assume. See, that's the problem. Now, you give everyone a bunch of vague stuff. Now we're going to just assume why you left. Because you actually did have a health scare and you don't want to talk about it. I mean, what the frick are the talking heads talking about? Oh, shoot.
Has it, and who has the fortitude to lead the country forward? Who can stand up?
I guess I never noticed the lump is normal. Probably normal. It's probably on his head. I've only seen the less Ukraine flags around where I live. I don't see any Ukraine flags anymore.
That is his vice president, Kamala Harris, saying that he wants to thank her. She's experienced, she's tough, she's capable, that she's been an incredible partner to him and will be.
Oh, is she that tough? I don't know if you've seen this news that just came out. This is breaking. This is insane. I don't even feel like can we take a moment and remember that is actually still our sitting president? That's actually still the commander in chief. That's actually the guy that's still in charge of our lives. That's still in charge of the nuclear codes. That's still in charge of everything. I know he's delegating things like the Ukraine Rebuildment Fund or whatever to the Secretary of Treasury, but that's still our president. And we're just like, yeah, see you later, Joe Biden. What about Kamala Harris? Isn't that cool? He's still the president. Now any conspiracy theory can flourish. Yeah, 100%. And they are going to. I mean, I'm still under the belief that you put your tinfoil hat on with me. I'm believing that they didn't think he could win and they want to get rid of him. And so they faked him getting COVID to have some kind of health scare. They even maybe leaked it out saying he had some health emergency on a plane. And they did everything. And then the media went all up against him saying that he needs to leave, as also with Democratic senators and congressmen and women all saying that he needs to leave. It was the entire regime against him. And they ousted him out. They created stories, they created narratives. It's such a what a weird time to be alive. If this isn't like just another red pill moment, I don't know what it is. They can still do an October surprise. Yeah. Yeah, what will be the October surprise? Will it be Big Mike? Will it be Gavin effing Newsom? I don't know. This is our beloved Alex Jones. We need him the most. I know. Well, I don't know if you've seen this. I don't know if this is real or not. This breaking news of Obama saying that he doesn't believe Kamala Harris can beat Trump, which is why he hasn't endorsed her. This is coming from New York Post. So don't take it with a grain of salt. Believe it with everything you can. When you're running for president, there are things you can and can't say. The turning point for Biden 81 came after the disastrous performance of Trump televised was part of an elaborate setup to remove him from the race. And that's what I think. I think they just ousted Biden. But the source doesn't have high hopes for a TV debate between Trump and Harris. When Biden was still in the race, a second debate was scheduled September 10th. Wait until the debate. She can't debate. She is going to put her foot in her mouth about Israel, Palestine, and Ukraine. She is going to say something really stupid, the source said. Who is the source? Say the source. Obama knew this was going to happen. Joe knew this was going to happen. Now she's going to have to answer the real questions. And so my conspiracy has always been they wanted to find a way to get rid of Kamala Harris. And the only way to get rid of Kamala Harris is to allow her to actually run for president. And then when she loses, if she loses, dear God, then they can finally get rid of her and pretend like this whole getting her in for the DEI thing that you're not allowed to say, even though Joe Biden himself has said it, all that kind of stuff. They can finally just get rid of her. The White House didn't respond to the Post request for the comment on the story. So I don't know how much I believe this story, but it is curious the Obamas haven't said anything. Why do you believe the Obamas haven't said anything about Kamala Harris? Is it because she actually is a terrible candidate? Because she is. You can tell she's a bad candidate because of the way the media treats her. They treat her like she's God's gift to this earth. Like she is the most wonderful, amazing person known to mankind. When you overinflate somebody like that, your antenna should go up. If anybody talks about somebody like that, like they're just like they can literally walk on water. You don't have you can just listen to people and come up with that own conclusion on yourself. But when the media is overcompensating, and same with these politicians, talking about like she's historic, she's amazing, she's breathtaking. Oh my God, I'm just so pumped out of my mind. When there's just review, like every time she talks, it's hilarious because it's just so ridiculous. You're just, every time she talks, you're dumbfounded by the idea, as Joe Biden says, the idea that that she can actually be in the position she is in. And not only that, I am calling for an end of this. Okay? This has got to stop. Okay? We have got to stop calling her this. The medical is the swamp in Harris, certain states. Yeah. Nancy Pelosi explained the wrap-up smear. They know they're going to lose, so they are dumping Harris. Dude, that has always been my thought. Like, because they don't know what to do with Kamala Harris. You can't just pretend like you're, the racist Democratic Party. They can't just, like, tell her, like, slowly have her be pushed out. You've celebrated her too much for her to become the MVP. And now that she's an MVP, like, you have to do something with her. But Republicans have to stop this narrative. This has to be stopped right here. This narrative right here. Let me just show this video. This video right here. This video.
Yeah, and then there's the DEI press secretary telling you that the DEI vice president is the future of the party here. And so the future looks kind of dim for the Democrats here, but this is no shocker either. Kamala Harris, she's the original Haktua girl. That's the way she got where she is.
What was that?
She's the original Haktua girl. That's the way she got.
You're making me want to vote for her now. we gotta stop calling her that. It has to stop. It's silly, but also it's every guy's dream. It's like get rid of it. It's like when Democrats make fun of Trump because he was dating Miss America or Miss Universe people, and they're just like, oh, he's so trashy, and every guy's like, yeah, that's gross. I would never do that. Let's find something else. Let's just keep focusing on the fact that she comes out with the most ridiculous statements known to mankind. Let's not focus on something that like that. Wait, she does that? Okay, maybe I'll think about it. We have to wait till the media hype settles. So it's going to be, the media hype is never going to go away with Kamala Harris. Like I said, they have to overcompensate the hypeness behind her because she's such a terrible candidate. They can't just have her running on her own platform, her own speech, her own reasoning, her own thoughts. You have to overhype her because she's like that. Have you ever met two parents of a child and their child isn't that great and they're not that special and they're average kids, but then you talk to the parents and the parents are like, have you seen my son? My son is a genius. You should have heard the words that came out of my son's mouth the other day. He said, Dad, when I look in the sky and I see clouds, why do they look fluffy? I couldn't believe the words out of my son's mouth. That is Kamala Harris. She's the child that isn't that smart, but a parent are hyping her up like crazy. She's the most improved player. And if anybody has gotten that before, which I have in a sport that I shouldn't have been doing, I did swim team for 1 year and I'll never do that again. But I got most improved player. And then I was like, I'm never doing the sport again. I'm going back to football and baseball again. Like, I just can't, I can't be playing this stupid sport. Bro, I was that child. What are you talking about? Let's give it up for children. Let's give it up for overhyped children. Let's give it up for only childs. Let's give it up for first child syndrome. Look, I'm one of those. Okay, what's up, Clayton? Let's get. I have a few videos from today that I think are important to share. And everyone knows that Netanyahu spoke as the president he is of America. He spoke to America. And this might be the most cringy line I've ever heard in my life, but I love it and I want to share it. Nobody is funnier than a politician. Politicians are literally comedians. Listen to this hilarious joke from Netanyahu. You know it's funny when it's coming from Israel.
These protesters hold up signs proclaiming gays for Gaza. They might as well hold up signs saying chickens for KFC.
What?
Gaza. They might as well hold up signs saying chickens for KFC.
Oh my God. Give Israel another $100 billion. Take everything you're giving to Ukraine, give it to Israel. Just based on that joke. Look, if you're from a different country and you're waging war with somebody else, come to America, give us your best lines. Make me laugh. At this point, we have Kamala Harris as our acting president, basically, at this moment. Nothing is real anymore. You can just say things. You can talk about AI. You could say what has been, what will be. You could say these just dumb things. And it's like, what the frick?
These protesters hold up signs proclaiming gays for Gaza. They might as well hold up signs saying chickens for KFC.
Dude, he thought that line was gonna kill. It's just so stupid. It's hilarious. It's funnier than Shane Gillis. I don't care what anyone says. Dude, happy Wednesday to all. Joe Biden gave us the biggest Irish goodbye of all. I miss him. I already miss him. I'm already thinking about him. I don't know what to do without Joe Biden. Let's see what the talking heads are talking about.
Obama and
look at this head.
Pushed over the cliff.
Holy shit. Look at that. Look at that noodle. Look at that noggin. That thing is huge. Gorgeous.
Half of it, he gaslit America again, telling false information about inflation and the economy for all people, making it sound
like I just, at this point, if you feel like you have to say things like he's gaslighting America, of course he is. Are we at that stage? Are you and I at the stage where you just assume everything out of a politician's mouth is propaganda and lies in order to gain your vote and confidence? Like every time I hear them speak, like I don't have to be reminded that everything Joe Biden says is a lie.
Well, it sounds like you and your
Valerie says nothing Israel anymore. Yeah, but that joke's funny.
No longer, of course, the presumptive Democratic nominee here. It appears as though it is going to be the vice president, Kamala Harris, who takes that position.
Well, we'll see. August 7th, I guess, is the date that they're going to do some virtual nomination.
Oh, yeah. August 7th, virtual nomination. I'm excited about that. I don't know what that is actually going to come about.
Harris now win the White.
Okay. We need to have a serious conversation between us and the chat. So what are we supposed to do with these people? These are the Palestinian, quote unquote, protesters. Are we still calling them protesters, even though they're defacing things and pulling down American flags and putting up Palestinian flags? Is that still called a protest? Because I remember when I was a kid, protesting was just putting up a sign and crying and singing Kumbaya. What are we supposed to do with these types of people? Like, what are we, like, they just defaced this, the most sacred freedom ball in DC. Jesse Kelly says, you can't live and let live your way out of where we are. The cancer will have to be removed, and it's going to be painful. What do you guys think in the chat? What do you think? What are we supposed to do with these types of human beings?
Jewish groups as well. So it's been incredibly diverse here, and this is pretty much the most intense we've seen. And it's unclear. Oh, and right now there's stun grenades being put out or some sort of sound bombs, and they're raising the Palestinian flag at that flagpole, and you are hearing what appear to be stun grenades or firecrackers going off just on the other side. There are a number of Palestinian flags being raised over there, and the crowd you can hear is cheering very loudly right now. Looks like police are still trying to gain control.
I mean, look at this. I mean, what are we supposed to do with these people? Like, these are the people that think like Donald Trump is literally leading an insurrection and he's trying to take over the country and be installed as a president. I think people are like forgetting that there is so much political unrest in America. I mean, we just had a president that was just shot at, and we're supposed to just like, and you think that people are just going to calm down their rhetoric and everyone's going to cool out after that? It just seems like things are ramping up. I feel like people are forgetting that people are still mad about what's going on in Israel and Palestine. People are still very angry about that. And also, we just allowed like an influx of immigrants, illegal immigrants into this country who don't have jobs. So what are they going to do? I mean, I feel like this year is only going to continue to ramp up. I don't know about you guys. I just feel like this year is just going to get crazier and crazier. So everyone go out and get some water. Make sure you have a water. Make sure. Let me see some of your chats. Take away their parents' money to live off of? Yeah, exactly. Honestly, who has time to go out and do this? I just like, I never have something in my being that I need to go out and just go do that. Get armed, buy static water filters. Oh yeah, get it. Make sure you get a water filter. I got a Berkey myself. Shout out to Berkey. Get a Berkey water filter. Get something good. Get something to also be able to sterilize the water, some tablets and all that kind of stuff. In it's Pioneer Day in Utah. We are talking about religion, and I said, I don't like Muslims, says Joshua. Literally, all my lefty coworkers said the same. Something is changing, though. Well, that's Utah, though. Utah is like a different country. Every time I've been there, I'm like, what is this? Shout out to Berkey. Yeah, get a solar panel, get some batteries, get some emergency food supply. I don't see like stuff like this continuing to slow down, even with Donald Trump becoming president. Because I'm curious to see what Donald Trump is going to do if he gets put in. What did you say? Shh. Did I say put in? Oh my God. I'm sorry. Hey, little mama, let me whisper in your ear. Oh, we're screwed. Shout out to America. We had a good run, though. We did have a good run. We're getting close to the time everyone quits. What a good time to be alive. All right. Man, Joe Biden left us. Obama doesn't want to endorse Kamala Harris because she doesn't think she'll win. Big protest around America over Israel and Hamas, Palestine. Netanyahu coming in, making fun of the lefties, saying it's like KFC and chicken. And we have a bunch of lefties back to the summer of love. At least it started later. At least it didn't start so early. All right, guys, it was going to be a quick show tonight. I just wanted to see what Joe Biden was actually going to do. I didn't prepare a whole thing. I apologize. Tomorrow, I'm going to have the show of the week. Tomorrow's show is going to be the best show you've ever seen in your life. Tomorrow's show might be the greatest show that has ever been. I'm going to put a lot of work into it. I'm going to work hard. I'm going to have the greatest monologue you've ever seen. So look out for that show, tomorrow's show. Tonight's show is just quick. I love every single one of you guys. You guys are the most amazing people on earth. JR says my mom's house has a Berkey. Yes, get a Berkey. Obama's no dummy. He's prepping for Mike run. Okay, Big Mike is going to run, right? Like, that is going to happen. And if Big Mike runs, I can't wait to watch the Democratic Party just lose it. Everyone's going to lose it. Everyone's not going to be able to, there's going to be so much chaos in that party. It'll be amazing. And then, you know what will happen? Well, Kamala Harris and Donald Trump will run, and then they'll just install Big Mike as president. then we'll go crazy. All right, do Oompa Loompa song tomorrow. Okay, anything for JR. Big Mike.
Shout out to Big Mike. Hey, it's me, Michelle Obama. I'm ready to take on the country. Is anybody willing to vote for me? I'm a woman, I swear to God. Haven't you seen my big old shoulders? Oh, shit. All right, guys, thanks so much. Have a wonderful... Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll have a